Cheers, I do buckaroos. Heck, all right, I am the Whiskey Whisperer, so I picked this one up. I've had it before, but it's been several years in all honesty. The first time I had this was back in 2012. It is a John E. Fitzgerald product. It runs about 20 to 25 in most places, 25 most liquor stores. I picked it up at 20 plus 20 and some change at a big box store. It is a 92 proof wheated bourbon, which begs the question why some folks are going out of their way and paying, you know, 50, 75, even $100 for that other $25 whiskey when you can buy this one. Now, if you want to tell me you like the flavors of Buffalo Trace better, hey man, I'm not going to argue that, but there's no way in hell you're going to tell me that Buffalo Trace is a higher quality whiskey, because it just isn't. And that's not opinion, man. That's fact. I mean, as far as quality, if you like the flavors better than that, hey, man, more power to you. But there is no way you can prove to me that's a higher quality whiskey. Anyway, this is a damn fine whiskey, and for 21 bucks, it's a steal. See, it's called Larcenies. Anyway, it's a steal. Damn, Tom, you went a long way around the barn for that one, didn't you? Anyways, I got some poured neat in rocks, so I'm going to go straight to the rocks. I don't want too much water to get in here. My recollection of this whiskey is I really enjoyed it. I get a lot of oak on the nose as well as some spice notes. Honestly, I'm getting more allspice than I am cinnamon, but a hint of clove in there as well. A little bit of ginger for sure. Some light caramel, certainly some vanilla. I'm gonna say a hint of apple too, just a little bit. Just a suggestion. Anyways, I digress. I'm gonna take a drink and quit talking, okay? We wish you would, Tom. We really wish you would. Gosh, that is good. A lot of sugars up front. I get some brown sugar because you get just a slight hint of molasses. Feel like I get a little bit of honey early on, a little raw sugar near the end there. Again, a lot of big toasted oak in a finish with some mixed spice. I might find some cinnamon, but I'm getting more allspice than cinnamon. Also feeling some clove and some ginger for sure. I'm gonna say a little raisin, but I'm gonna say golden raisin. Might get a hint of plum as well, depending on how you feel it. How you feeling is how you feeling, man. What do I care? Anyways, hey, as we head into the holiday season, I just wanted to pick. So last year, a local liquor store had it for 25 bucks with 2 glasses, and I was gonna buy it, but I didn't have the extra money at the time. When I went back in after I was paid, they were out of them. So I was really bummed that I didn't pick it up because I really wanted the glasses, man. So when I saw it, they didn't have the gift set there at the big box store, but they had the bottle for, 20. It was like 20.49, something like that. I figured I'm gonna pick it up because it is a nice one to have around. It's a nice, it's a nice, affordable wheated bourbon to have in your arsenal. And I gotta be honest with you, I like it better than Trace. I think Trace is a damn fine whiskey, I really do. It's a good $20 to $25 whiskey, but people spending 50 to 100 bucks on it, I mean, they've lost their damn minds. They've got more money than sense. Because that's just ignorant as hell when you can buy a bourbon of this quality readily for 20 to 25. I mean, you're an idiot if you're paying more. Just so you can show that pretty bottle on your social media. Look at me, I paid 100 bucks for Buffalo Trace. Ain't I special? Yeah, you're special, all right. Anyways, mercy. But yeah, I mean, wheated bourbons. I am a traditional bourbon guy. I've made no bones about that over the years. I like that rye in there, and I love high rye bourbons. But I do enjoy a bourbon like this every once in a while. Wheated bourbons tend to be a little sweeter because you don't have that rye to balance that corn sweetness. But what the wheat will also add a little sweetness. But what the wheat does, and I think what the folks that love wheated bourbons do, is again, they are sweeter and it does soften the body. It gives you this nice, soft, delectable body. The texture, the mouthfeel, just makes a nice, soft whiskey. In my opinion, not typically as bold as a traditional bourbon or a high rye bourbon, and maybe that's what I like. I like that boldness. But then again, I mean, there's a time and a place, right? And every once in a while, this is the time, this is the place, man. Anyway, I digress. You want too much water getting in there. So I'm going to go right to my neat here. And what I poured here was 1.5 ounces in both glasses. Not huge pours, not small pours. I like 1.5 ounces. So with no surprise, it is a little warmer. Neat, as you would expect. It is rather sweet on the nose. Certainly a little bolder neat, that's for sure. A lot of caramel, a lot of vanilla, some raisins, some plum. I was getting some apple on the rocks, so I'm not really feeling apple here, but... Oh, that's nice. And again, at this price, man, you're not going to be afraid to cocktail it or highball it if you so desire. I don't mind doing a bourbon in a Manhattan. In some instances, I prefer it. But you typically want to use that traditional bourbon that has the rye or a high rye bourbon. But I wouldn't be opposed to using it in a Manhattan because there is a lot going on here. But I was kind of working my way into something. I think it'd be a fine bourbon to use in an old fashioned. Especially if you're pouring for a younger audience, right? 30-somethings, let's say. You had some 30-something friends coming over. I think this would be a perfect bourbon to use as an old-fashioned. Oh, man. Gosh, that is good, though. It really is. You do feel more of those spice notes, as you'd expect. Yeah, again, for me, I get a combination of allspice, a little bit of cinnamon, but I get allspice more so than cinnamon. Typically, cinnamon jumps out front, but I'm really feeling the allspice more. Also feeling ginger in a great big way, as well as some clove. A lot of vanilla, light caramel, not light in flavor, but light in color, a light caramel, not a dark caramel. Yeah, you really feel those nice creamy caramel notes in there, along with all that vanilla. And you feel the oak and the spice in the finish. It is a little warm, but not overly so. It is 92 proof. You should feel a little bit. I would like to see some blind taste tests done, because I just feel like I know those folks that have to have these specific whiskeys couldn't tell them from another whiskey. I guarantee they could. I'm sure they are sure that they can, but I guarantee they could, and I'd be willing to put some money on it. Quite frankly, I buy this one all day over the other one that everybody seems to have. Because I'm not concerned about taking pictures for my social media to be cool. I'm not trying to set the cool kids table. No, I don't care. It's about finding good quality whiskey. It's also about finding a bargain, and I don't know why that gets overlooked. Instead, people want to brag about paying too much for average whiskey instead of the other the other direction, where he's bragging about paying less for a superior whiskey. And that's what I'm more proud of, when I can find great whiskeys for a lesser price. I'm excited as hell, and I don't know why that's not the thing. Yeah, why are you bragging about paying 3 times what a whiskey is worth? I'm not sure why why we should think you're smart for doing that. But you seem to be proud of yourself for some unknown reason. I just can't figure out why. Hey man, Larceny, it's right there on the shelf. It's easy to find. Every bit the quality of that other one. And for me, I certainly prefer the flavors myself. I think it's a extremely well done whiskey. Again, it's a weeded bourbon, and you're going to feel those notes that you want to feel from a weeded bourbon. So there you go. A lot of sugars here, man. Yeah, brown sugar, a light brown sugar. Again, not light in flavor, but light in color. Light caramel, light brown sugar. Because you just feel that little bit of molasses, not a lot. Also, again, I feel like I'm getting some raw sugar in the finish, as well as some honey up front. A little honey. We go from honey to caramel to brown sugar to raw sugar. That's how I feel it, man. In that order. Anyways, I digress. Man, that is good though. I forgot how much I like this whiskey. I remember I really liked it. The first time I came across it was when we were spending so much time in St. Louis back in 2012. I found it on Schnucks Market out there. Even back then, it was about $20 a bottle. Yeah, that's a long time ago now, man. So the first time I saw it, I didn't pick it up, but the second time I had to go to the store, I went ahead and picked up a bottle. We were spending a lot of time in hotel rooms back then, and wanted to have one handy. And I really liked it, and I bought it a few times since, but it's been a few years since I revisited it. And again, I kicked myself for not buying it last year. Yeah, I had enough money to buy it, but then I couldn't buy something else that I wanted to buy, so I said, well, I'll wait till payday. Yeah, that week and a half came, and they were out of it, so I was really bummed. Tom. Anyways, I'm glad I could find it this year. I just wish I had the glasses. Anyways, but my wife's probably glad I don't, because I got a lot of glasses, man. I got a lot of glasses. Anyway, I am Tom the Whiskey Whisperer, Whiskey Evangelist, prolific whiskey drinker, pervert wisdom man. All around good guy. Cheers, guys. Have a good one.